Tell us the difference between, I watched them playing this morning at Royal Birkdale. And have you played Royal Birkdale, Michael?
Me or Michael?
Either one.
No, I have not.
And Michael? Have you played?
No, I haven't. I have not been to Birkdale, but I hear it's a kind of a gritty sort of a place.
A gritty place?
Mm-hmm.
It's outside Manchester, which is a kind of a port town. You mean gritty like that, or gritty like it's a really tough course to play?
Ben Wright has told me it's a gritty town, and the crowds are kind of tough. Yeah.
Okay. Well, the girls were having a tough time on the course too. It's very windy. It was very windy today. So I was just wondering the difference. All these different golf courses, these links courses, have their individual. They're so unique in their own way. Would you go? Where's your favorite place to stay, Michael, when you go to Ireland?
Dingle is my adopted hometown. That's where I've spent most of the time. And so that, it's not necessarily known for golf, but it's known for music, and they still speak the Irish there, and there is a little bit of golf nearby. It's not that far from Tralee, and Dukes it's been redone, and it's not that far, but that's where I like to go.
That's your home. And Turnberry. Yep. We spoke when it was in Turnberry, remember? And I was able to look at the lighthouse on the webcam. And
yeah, I spoke to you from outside the Turnberry Lighthouse in Scotland there on the Ayrshire coast, and I was wearing a kilt at the time. That's what I remember about it.
Oh, my God. And singing, too, yes. And then we had the Mary Lass from the pub, and she was singing.
Yeah, that's right. There was a piper there. Yeah, that was a good time.
That was a good time, yes. We've had lots of those, yes. So before we say goodbye, Michael, you've got to tell us about being in Kennebunkport with President.
Yeah, last week I went to Kennebunkport, Maine, and they have a golf club there called the Cape Arundel Golf Club, which is a Walter Travis design, and it's where President Bush played all of his golf. In fact, he's had President Clinton there, and obviously George W. has played there, and so it's this little tiny place. And if you're listening to me, you're saying, wow, if presidents and PGA Tour stars and celebrities went and played there, it must be some kind of show place. And the truth of the matter is, it's the quaintest, smallest little, cutest little old-fashioned golf course you'd ever want to go to. It costs about $40 for 18 holes.
Wow.
The clubhouse has a screen door like that. When you walk in, it sounds like that. And it's just charming as hell. And it's been there for more than 100 years. And President Bush's father and his maternal grandfather, who actually donated the initial Walker Cup, that's why it's George Herbert Walker Bush, they all played there. So there's, some tin cup trophies around and some pictures and things like that. But it's just like going back in time. And, if you get up to that region, there's a good chance you might, in the summertime, run into the president, the former president, like I did. And I was lucky enough on Sunday morning, believe it or not, I sat in the front pew at Sunday services with George and Barbara Bush.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really something. Did you know the older Bush, Ted?
I was there for a short time when he was there, and I agree with Michael. The Bushes, the father and son, were known to play cardio golf. I think the record round was something like 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Yeah, they buzz around. They're very quickly there, and you can see why. All the greens are like old-fashioned golf courses. The tees are steps away from the green, so you can really move it quickly.
That's great. Michael Patrick Shields, morning radio host on 10 radio stations, Michigan Talk Network. He's an author and a travel writer and a member of the Golf Writers Association of America. Just also the Network Radio Personality of the Year, and you can see why. It's so much fun talking with you. Michael Patrick Shields, thank you for being on the show, and we're going to have a chat about your many books one of these days soon.
Aloha to you and Rick and everybody in the islands.
Thank you very much. Aloha to you. We'll be back with Ted Vicky right after this. My name is Danielle Tucker. This is the Golf Club. We're talking with Ted Vicky. All of a sudden my mouth went. My Fitness Caddy, myfitnesscaddy.com, expert in fitness, lots of good ideas. But I want to know now, since we're talking about having the experience of being there at the 17th tee, the 18th tee, you're talking to the guys in the ESPN truck. You're telling them, okay, Tiger has got his driver, and he's stepping up to the tee. And then a second later, we hear on television, Tiger's taking out his driver. Let's take a couple of personalities, maybe two of the difference. Who stood out for you when you were watching them set up for their tee shot? The question.
I heard your question, Danielle.
Okay, and then we just got cut off.
And I would say that the biggest character was Jon Daly.
Oh, well.
He was there with his pants, and the funny story was in my ear, because I have a radio back to the truck. Someone said, "Where's Jon Daly's girlfriend?" So I'm up in the tower over 17th green, 18th tee, and I pick out his girlfriend about 200 yards down, and I'm giving a play-by-play. She's 100 yards from the tee. She's now at the green. She's walking by, and she's got the red, white, and blue of the USA flag on her pants. So that was fun.
Why did they want to know where she was so badly? So they could get the a shot of her to put on television?
Absolutely. And it's funny. It's funny to listen behind the scenes of what really goes on. And I don't know if you saw the coverage in the States when I forget who did it, but he hit his ball against the wall on 17 and bounced back up onto the green.
Not Pepe Ballesteros. He didn't get there because of his brain injury. No, Miguel Jimenez. Yes, I saw that. Yes, that was fantastic.
Well, Paul Hughes, who was my partner spotter, was the one that Jimenez gave the golf ball to.
Oh, my God.
So once ESPN found out that one of their own spotters had got the ball, you could hear in the microphone, "Now, Paul, raise your hand and put the ball up in the air." And then the camera from the first green zoomed in. And I'm telling Paul that, you're on TV across the U.S. right now. For him, if it's not the BBC, it's not worth being on. But I'm like, "Paul, you got to smile. Come on. You're on TV."
So you're coaching him while they've got the shot of the ball that went up against the wall. That was an amazing shot. That was an amazing moment. I mean, the panache that he had to do that, I'm just going to use the wall. Did the wall take a chunk out of that ball? Was it damaged at all?
It was damaged. Yep. And he gives me the ball to look at, and I clean it for him. And he's like, "No, I don't want to clean it. I want the dirt and smudge marks and everything." So I gave it back.
Yeah, that's great.
It's on his wall in Bath right now. Bath, England.
It's just great. It's great. I love talking to you. It's so much fun. I missed you. So we'll have to do this again sooner.
Absolutely, we will.
Good.